How's it going, guys? Rangovidsmango12 and it's been a few days since we last did Ultimate Spider-Man, so we're returning to that now. And if you're wondering why it's been a few days, mainly because E3's been on this week and stuff like that, so I've just been watching that and it was awesome. I mean, we've got a bunch of new games, but the most important one is that Batman Arkham Knight releases next week, and I cannot wait. I don't think I've looked forward to a game like this in a long time, so that's going to be awesome to see. And I'm thinking about live streaming it as well, or putting it onto my YouTube channel, so yeah, I'll let you know in the coming week. But as of right now, guys, we're here to review this issue, Ultimate Spider-Man issue 7. Let's jump into it. Alright, so the issue picks up exactly where the previous issue left off, and I mean exactly, and I think it's brilliant how, like, the Ultimate Spider-Man comics kind of resemble the next episodes, you know, like where there's a cliffhanger in an episode and then you've got to wait like a month for the next episode or next week or something. But of course, the best part about reviewing these now is the fact that we don't have to wait for the next issue to release because they're already out. So anyway, talking about the issue, as you can see, the fight between Goblin and Spider-Man continues from the previous issue, and Goblin is saying Peter's name, he's saying it over and over again, and he actually drops Spider-Man from a ridiculous height, and this is when Spider-Man gets the idea of creating some kind of cushioned net thing out of his spider webbing. And I think this is brilliant because we're, like 7 issues into Ultimate Spider-Man already, and this is the first time we're seeing Spider-Man actually use his web shooters properly for the first time. And it also shows just how intelligent Peter is. If I remember, in the 616 Spider-Man universe, I don't think he used his webbing to shape things like that. Like, he didn't create shapes out of his webbing this early on, whereas in Ultimate Spider-Man, we're only 7 issues in, and this is pretty much the first time he's using his web shooters. And he's already tried something like this, which was awesome. Also, the art for this issue is awesome. I think Mark Bagley's art, particularly in like the action scenes and just like the standalone Spider-Man like shots, they look awesome. And you can see there that we got Flash and Kong looking overhead as well. And Spider-Man's trying to lead Goblin away from the school. And I absolutely love this part where Spider-Man actually tries to shoot webbing at Goblin and he misses and hits the helicopter. And that was just perfect, just because Spider-Man's not exactly Spider-Man yet. This is his first time on the job. This is his first day actually fighting something like this. And it just shows how amateurish he is, kind of, which I really liked, because it even shows that even Spider-Man can make a mistake like this. And I love how he deals with it as well. He just kind of says, sorry, and then continues to fight Goblin. I thought that was amazing. However, these guys in the helicopter aren't exactly having the best time of their life, because not only have they got webbing on their windshield, but now they've got a Goblin running towards them as well. And we also get to see this amateurish side of Spider-Man again. He's still learning, because he actually webs onto Goblin's cape or cloak or whatever it is. He actually gets dragged with Goblin, and that just shows that he didn't exactly think too much about what he was doing right there, but he actually gets flung off the edge of the bridge, and he has to swing back up there before Goblin gets to these helicopters. And I love how Spider-Man's talking about how he could throw away cookies and stuff like that. Like, he's doing a really lousy job of protecting these guys. Luckily, Spider-Man gets there just before Goblin burns these guys in the helicopter to the ground. And while Spider-Man is actually trying to stop Goblin from doing this, the police officers in the helicopter actually start firing at Spider-Man and Goblin, because honestly, they've probably never seen anything like this before in their entire lives, so they probably think that both of these guys are a threat to the city, and that's why they try and take them down. Now, Goblin actually gets shot multiple times, and it doesn't look too well for him. I mean, I thought it was kind of like the Hulk, where Goblin could get shot and bullets would just bounce off, but he actually starts bleeding, and maybe this is because it's like Goblin's first time being Goblin, and then maybe in the later issues is a lot more powerful. Maybe that's why I've never noticed that, but yeah. But as you can see, he falls off the bridge into the water, and we get like this hand just at the edge, so it seems that he may return. It seems like maybe he's gone forever, who knows, we'll have to wait and see for the future issues. But Spider-Man actually goes ahead and tries to save Goblin, and the police officers just aren't having it. They continue to shoot at Spider-Man, and we get like this awesome shot of Spider-Man dodging all of these bullets as they go towards him, and Spider-Man's spider sense goes off multiple times as this is happening, and it really shows like the agility of what Peter Parker has gained. Like, he's gone from nerdy comic book school kid to being able to dodge bullets with his eyes closed. You get what I mean? That is awesome. But yeah, so everyone's swinging around, like helicopters are doing double checks to make sure Goblin doesn't return and stuff like that. And then we go back over to the school where, of course, Peter Parker returns, and he actually made up the story, or at least went back into the school and hid under some rubble to show that maybe he got crushed by a chalkboard or something, and that's why he was gone for so long. And that's when they all start discussing like what's going on and like who was that guy. And that's when Harry Osborn says it was his father. So now we have like an actual confirmation that Harry Osborn knows that his father is the monster, the Green Goblin. And he seems a little bit crazy. He seems like he's turned into a little bit of a psychopath. I'm not entirely sure. But of course, Aunt May, the worried aunt that she is, sprints over to Peter and gives him a massive hug, just as Mary Jane did when she found him. And Peter has like this confused state of whether he should tell Harry what's happened to him and whether he should tell Norman Osborn what's happened to him. But that's a little bit confusing, so we'll have to see that later on to see what actually happens there. But now we get like this final page of Bubbles coming up out of the water, kind of giving like a little bit of a hint that maybe Goblin's going to return. And of course, we know that he definitely is going to return. What did you guys think of this issue? Let me know in the comment section below. That was Ultimate Spider-Man issue 7, and the chapter was called Secret Identity. Now, you guys will notice that in the early Ultimate Spider-Man comics, I think it's all the way up to issue 111. Each issue, or each few issues, actually had a chapter for the Ultimate Spider-Man comics. So, for instance, this issue says Secret Identity, and that's obviously because Green Goblin knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. But I think having these chapters like on the front of the issues, it really differentiated the Ultimate Spider-Man comics from the rest of the comics, mainly because these were the only comics that did this sort of thing. So, yeah, just keep an eye out for that, guys, in the future reviews. I mean, this one's called Secret Identity. Future ones are called Hollywood, Venom, Carnage, stuff like that, so keep an eye out for those. But I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10. I thought the art was awesome, and I just loved how Spider-Man interacted with the Green Goblin, and especially how the police kind of took seeing these things for the first time, and just how Harry Osborn kind of became a little bit scarred and like mentally scarred for life with what he's seen. Like his mum died and everything, so that was pretty awful but awesome to see at the same time. So 9 out of 10. What did you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below, and also don't forget to go to the links in the description to my Facebook page and Twitter page and follow me on there, and of course hit the subscribe button and the like button, and I'll see you guys in my next video.